What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here on the World of Juice channel. Welcome to the off season of season number 6 here of the Chicago Bears Legends Fantasy Draft Series. And as you guys know, the off season starts with the free agency. Who do we have in the free agents pool this season? Seems like we got some quarterbacks. We don't really need a quarterback. We have Trevor Lawrence, who's a 99 overall with X Factor ability. Superstar X Factor ability, I should say. And we have Justin Fields as our backup, and then Marcus Mariota. I should actually check and see if we have Marcus Mariota as our backup before I go into free agency. I don't know who retired at the end of the season. We still have Marcus Mariota, 31 years old, as our backup quarterback. Running backs are solid now. Jonathan Taylor has moved past Le'Veon Bell now. He's going to be our backup running back at 86 overall. And then we have our wide receiver core stacked as ever. Julian Fleming, Odell Beckham Jr., Rondale Moore, Calvin Johnson, and Randy Moss. It seems like Julio Jones has retired, which isn't that bad. He was like 32 or 33 or something like that. 35 actually, maybe. I'm not really too sure what he was, but that's okay. We didn't really use him as much anyway. Our tight ends are still solid with Travis Kelce and Jesse James, along with Mr. Gronkowski. Our offensive line is obviously still good. We might need to get another center because Travis Frederick is 83 overall at 34 years old. He's been a very serviceable center for 6 years. We might have to move on from him before we lose all the value. Myles Murphy has leaped past YGM in the overall rating. 23 years old, 88 overall. YGM is still 84. Nick Bosa and Jonathan Allen are our two defensive linemen on the other side. Cape Hart is now our starting defensive tackle. It looks like Aaron Donald has retired as well after getting his first Super Bowl ring. So we need to get some defensive tackles. Khalil Mack is still here, leading the way at 89 overall with Owen Pappoe as an 88 overall. He will soon take over for Khalil Mack. I would assume that Mack will retire after this next season. Ray Lewis, 99 overall. DeGabriel Floyd, his backup at 84 overall. Probably could do with some backup middle linebackers. Jaylene Phillips and Ryan Shazier are two right outside linebackers. And then the corners. Our two draft picks, Tyreek Stevenson and Fred Davis, 90 overall and 84 overall, respectively. Then DeAndre Baker at 82 overall, Eli Apple and Vernon Hargraves down there in the high 70s, and then Raymond Clement, who's not even on the team, really. He won't be for very long. Then we have Sean Taylor and Daxton Hill, 99 and 88 overall, respectively. Troy Polamalu and Armani Hooker are our other two safeties. Justin Tucker, 35 years old, 95 overall. We may need to look for another kicker. I hope not. Cameron Johnson's 33 overall at 90 or 69 overall, so I don't know. We might need to look for another kicker. I know kickers go for a while. Just look at Adam Vinatieri. He's like 56,000 years old, and he's still kicking footballs in the NFL. But I don't know with Justin Tucker. It could get dicey. So we don't need a quarterback. Running back is pretty good. I guess we could put in some bids for some of these rookies since nobody has any bids on them. Let's put a bid on Dalvin Cook. We could trade Dalvin Cook later on. Let's offer him that since he has no bids. Anthony McFarland. Offer Anthony McFarland a cheap deal since he has nobody bidding him. And then DeAndre Swift, who has Superstar X Factor, actually. See if we can get him cheap. Fullbacks, we don't need anybody. Wide receiver, we could use, I guess, one more wide receiver. Maybe. Nah, I think we're pretty good on wide receivers. Tight ends, we're decent. We good on tight ends. Left outside or left tackle, good. Center, there's not a good center. Man, that kind of sucks. There's really not a good center here, and not a good young center that I could use as a backup. That kind of sucks. I guess this guy's kind of good. He's 27 years old, 78 overall. I guess I could get him for a year on a super cheap deal. $4 million. See if he accepts that. Right guard, we're good. Right tackle, we're good. Left end, we are very good. Unless there's somebody that just blows my mind that we have to try and get. Defensive tackle, we could use another defensive tackle. Larry Ogunjobi would be a nice defensive tackle to get. I might put him on a 2-year deal. Lower it down a lot, though. $3.5 million over 2 years. He should accept that unless somebody goes for him. Right outside, or right end, I should say. Taco Charlatan. No, we're pretty good. Left outside linebacker, we are good as well. Middle linebacker, we could do with another middle linebacker. Blake Cashman, maybe. Now he has a bid on the Patriots. Anybody that doesn't have any bids? Ben Burkervin, who's 27. 82 overall. He wouldn't surpass DeGabriel Floyd, which is good. Josie Jewell has a bid from the Texans. Good for Josie Jewell. I'm going to put a bid in on Burkervin. I don't need him on a 3-year deal, though. That's just madness. See if we can get him on a $5 million deal. There we go. 2 years, $5 million for Ben Burkervin. Right outside linebacker. Big Cat Bryant, baby. Big Cat Bryant. Nobody's really piquing the interest here. So we might as well just stay with Ryan Shazier as our backup. Right outside linebacker. Corners now. Alontae Taylor. We could add Alontae Taylor. That would be a big pickup. Rock Ya-Sin. I'm going to go in for Alontae Taylor. He's going to be our big money deal of the offseason. I'm going to offer him 4 years and $8 million a year. See if I can get this right. $48 million over 4 years. He will be our big money free agent since he's a 91 overall. We might as well offer him a lot of money. Brendan Roy, we don't need any safeties. Antonio Winfield Jr. Ooh, Antonio Winfield Jr. and Tyrann Mathieu. I'm going to go in for both of these guys. We could trade one of them. And it would be cool to have Tyrann Mathieu on the team. He is out for 3 weeks, though, so that's not good. Kicker, we're good. And punter seems to be good. Cameron Johnston will still be on the team. And then quarterback, Cam Newton. Cam Newton would be a cool quarterback to have as a backup instead of Marcus Mariota. That's crazy how big of a drop off it is from Jared Goff to Kyler Murray there. Should we bring Cam Newton to the Bears and get rid of Marcus Mariota? I feel like we should. And we might still be able to get something for Cam. I'm going to offer Cam a deal. He's getting a lot of signing bonus. He doesn't need to make that much in a signing bonus. Let's drop that signing bonus down a lot. Offer him a 1-year deal for Cam Newton. And then, you know what? We could sign a bunch of those quarterbacks if they don't get signed and then trade them for other players maybe. Okay, let's see who we signed. Upgrade these players real quick, which is just Calvin Johnson, which is a glitch. But we got Tyrann Mathieu. We got DeAndre Swift. We got Alontae Taylor, our big money free agent. We got Dalvin Cook. And we got Antonio Winfield Jr. So who do we still need to sign? My negotiations. We still need Cam. All these guys, we still are the only offer for them. Is any of the big money quarterbacks still here? All the big money quarterbacks are still here. Deshaun Watson is still here. Andrew Luck is still here. We could definitely sign those guys for cheap deals and then trade them in the regular season, or in the preseason is probably when I'll do it. If you guys want to see another off-camera trading session, then I will definitely do that. We get Tyrann Mathieu back from injury. That's good. He's back off of his injury that he was on his previous team. We got the center to accept a deal. Cam accepts a deal. Ogunjobi gets a deal, and McFarland accepts a deal. So I think we're just waiting on one guy. Is that right? Or did we get everybody? Yeah, Ben Burkervin is the only one we are waiting on. And all the quarterbacks still on the table. Nobody is in need of a quarterback right now. That is not a good sign, though. Not a good sign that they are not in need of a quarterback. Let's upgrade players, which is just Calvin Johnson, which is still just a glitch. So just go past that. And then we will move to the draft. We do have a second-round pick, so I might draft somebody with a second-round pick, but then I will like trade the rest of the picks and move on, or simulate and cut all the players, basically. So let's view recap of the free agency. Free agents, everyone made it. So all these guys are still in need of a job, which is a good sign for us because we can sign all these guys and trade them for draft picks or better players. So that is a good sign that these guys made it to free agency. But let's start the draft. We got to simulate to our next user pick, which is in the second round. Hopefully there's somebody decent there in the second round. Make a selection. What are we in need of? We could probably do with some defensive players. So maybe a right outside linebacker. Is there somebody really good? This guy from Ohio State. Anybody that's like dominated at the combine or something. This guy had a good combine grade. Tony Ivy. You know what? What's he ranked? He's a 4th round prospect. I'm going to take Tony Ivy. He seems like he's pretty good. He's a normal development, but he's a 69 overall in the second round. That's not horrible, I guess, but it's not really good. Simulate to the end of the draft. I'm not going to take anybody else with my 5th round picks or whatever because they're just going to be busts, but I'll probably just cut them. Let's upgrade players if anybody needs upgrade. No, just Calvin Johnson. And then that is gonna be the off season. Once we go through the draft recap real quick. This guy. Actually, I'll do all this off camera. I'll cut all these guys. And then let's see, anybody with a nice overall? No, nobody has any good overall, so they'll get cut except for our pick in the second round. He won't get cut. But yeah, that is going to be the end of the off season in the NFL draft. And the next episode will be week 1 of the regular season, start of season 7 in this series. As you can see, there are 5 Lombardi trophies now behind Matt Nagy on his desk. It's a beautiful sight. And if you guys did enjoy this video and want to see a off-camera trading session in the preseason, I will definitely do that for you guys. Make sure to hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and the subscription button while you're down there. Complete the Trinity. It only takes a few seconds, and I will see you guys in the regular season. See ya.